just the turnaround from year to year. I mean, I was here in '88, starting out 0-21, and you go into spring training, and literally we were, on paper, you looked at our team on paper, like Phil was just speaking about, was, all right, how are we going to even be able to play 500? What are we going to be looking at? And I think, just the makeup of the team was unbelievable, and that a loss wasn't like, uh-oh, we lost a game. It was like, all right, we'll just come out tomorrow. And, guys stepped up throughout the entire year. There was just, from game to game, it wasn't like, okay, we're really counting on Cal this game. It'd be like someone, like Devo, the home run. There was just things that happened that, from a player standpoint, when you're losing, you really dread coming to the ball field. Losing is not fun by any means, and it's nice to know when you come to the ball field, it's like, we're going to win tonight.
In a situation like that in '89, is the manager a difference maker to the mentality of a team?
I don't think so, because I think, at that point, you've played enough games, you know what your role is, you know what your job is. You just got to go out there and do it. For me, I came up a little bit short towards the end of the year. I was getting a little tired, but, when I look back on, I had a great year until the last weekend, and you sleep on that through the weekend, and it's like, well, it's over with. Move on.
So you were on the '88 team, you were on the '89 team. What advice or, I guess, counsel would you give to the current Orioles who are mired in what they're going through?
It's frustrating. I know last year I heard from someone and got a hold of me and asked me about, they were about ready to, I guess, surpass the '88 team in losses, and it was like, they are? I didn't really know, and it's like, well, what do you tell them? It's like, well, they already know it sucks. I mean, pardon my terminology. Losing it sucks. So it's, the hardest part, I think, is not digesting it too much, I guess you could say, because it's real easy to look in the paper and go, God, we're terrible. This when we were in '88 to start out 0-21, but to have the fans behind us was unbelievable. I think we came back and we had a sold-out crowd, I think, at Memorial Stadium.
Fantastic fans night.
Yeah, it was sold out. It's like, okay, we haven't won a game and we just sold out a stadium. I mean, that's unheard of. I don't know what the attendance is like now here. And it's, and a lot of it is the self-motivation, I think, is what's really hard to do when you're losing a lot. But it's all about competing. I mean, that's, I haven't played in however many years. And everyone asked me, it's like, you miss the game. I said, there's aspects of the game I miss, but it's the competition I really miss.
Mike, do you remember the phrase, why not, when you first heard it?
Yeah, they were like throwing around. It's like, why not? What do you mean, why not? And it was like, well, because you were like worst to first. And it's like, why not the Orioles? And it was like, oh, from a player standpoint, what the office, the people in the front office do, it's like, all right, hey, whatever you got to do to sell a ticket, I guess. But, from a player standpoint, it was just nice to show up, and, we had 40,000 fans. The town was behind us, going into the final, road trip up to Toronto. It was like, to be able to play for something at the end of a season, from a player standpoint, that's what you want to do.
Mark, can you talk a little bit about the difference, the way bullpens were used in your day versus today?
Well, now it's
And how much longer you might have been around?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I might have had close to over 100 innings in '89. That's unheard of out of the bullpen. I mean, I got used a lot, as you can say. And nowadays, the game has, your one or two hitter. They're very conscious about getting a reliever up and not doing it day in and day out. They give guys days off. you know, the game has changed. You know, a starting pitcher now is, you know, they go 5 or 6 innings, and then it's like, all right, you got the lefty-righty matchup, and you know, you look at, you know, even starting pitchers now, it's like 200 innings is the gold standard, and it's like I look, you know, Palmer was what 300 innings every game, you know, every year 20 something complete games now, but you know, but the game's changed. It's, you know, everyone's really trying to make sure everyone's arms are stable throughout the entire year. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I just look at it from, you know, they're using 4 or 5 pitchers every game, so it's like, you know, you still expending people out there.
Mark, some guys don't remember the parade, but what do you remember from it?
I remember that it's like they're going to have and I was like, they want to do a parade. It's like, we didn't win last time I checked. We came in second, but they're going to do a parade. And for me, you know, because the way the year ended for me, it's like, you know, I really don't want to be out there, but all right. But the people were really nice to me, you know. They could have easily, like, you know, it's your fault, but, you know, everyone was really supportive.
Does it kind of speak to the way the city embraced that team?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you know, I think the lean years, you know, 83 they won, and then it kind of tapered off, and then, you know, rock bottom was 88. And then to turn around in like 87, I mean, in 89, it's like, oh my God, who are these guys? Yeah, because literally on paper, you looked at us on paper. I thought our team on paper in 88, it was like, wow, this is a really good team. How can you possibly play this bad or lose this many games? And then you look at 89, it's like, who are they? And they're winning. So you just never know.